Have you ever thought about how shapes, angles, and patterns not only define our everyday existence, but also dictate the outcomes of the beautiful game? In this video, we will explore how geometry plays a vital role in football strategy, player positioning, and game tactics. To the spectator, football is a game of passion and chaos. To the player, it is a game of effort and grit. But to the elite, football is mathematics. The pitch is not just a field of play. Each line, each square meter, every corner and arc, all crafted with the same precision as an artist knows their palette. With a standard size of 105 by 68 meters, the rectangular shape of the pitch is complemented by specific zones: the penalty area, the center circle, and the corners. These geometrical shapes are crucial in determining how a game unfolds. It is a canvas of shifting shapes. Every pass is a vector. Every defensive block is a polygon. Every goal is the result of a geometric equation being solved in real time. Think about it. Every time a player takes a free kick, they are engaging in a complex geometric puzzle. The angle of the ball, the distance from the goal, the position of defenders, and the goalkeeper's stance must all be calculated. Every pass, every dribble, and every shot can be visualized as vectors traveling along a two-dimensional plane, influenced by the geometry surrounding them. Most teams lose because they fight against the geometry. They run into dead ends. They create shapes that collapse under pressure. But the dominant teams? They use geometry as a weapon. They don't just play, they calculate. Today, we are breaking down the geometry of football victory. We are exploring the power of the triangle, the rule of the thirds, and the optimal angle of attack. We are moving away from luck and toward Euclidean certainty. If you want to see the invisible lines that decide every match, pay attention. The grid is active. In geometry, the triangle is the most stable shape. In football, it is the most lethal. This is the hunt for the third man. A player with the ball in a straight line is easy to press. A player with the ball in a square is easy to contain. But a player at the apex of a triangle is dominant. When you form a triangle, you create two passing lanes for every one defender. You force the opposition to choose which line to block, ensuring that one shadow lane is always open. This is the marker of total control. You aren't just passing, you are triangulating the defense out of existence. By maintaining a constant 45-degree relationship with your teammates, you ensure the system is always coiled, ready to bypass any pressure. Angles are the player's best friends. When a player receives the ball, they often survey their surroundings. The angle at which they can pass or shoot significantly affects the likelihood of a successful play. Consider the icon of precision, the curved shot. A player calculating a shot's trajectory relies heavily on geometry. The way the ball curves in the air is a manifestation of physics, yet it is entirely rooted in geometric principles. Distance is just as critical. A perfectly weighted pass must consider the speed of the receiver, the distance to travel, and the potential interception angle of an opposing player. Distance and angle help dictate decision-making under pressure. The center is too crowded. The wing is too isolated. The game is won in the vertex. This is the geometry of the half-space. When you occupy this specific vertical corridor, you create a 45-degree angle to the goal and a 90-degree angle to the wing. You are at the intersection of every defensive doubt. From this vertex, your passing range isn't linear, it's radial. You can thread the needle behind the center back or expand the play to the touchline. You are using geometry to overload the processor of the fullback. If they step toward you, the perimeter collapses. If they stay wide, you penetrate the center. You aren't just standing in space. You are engineering a dilemma through mathematical positioning. Beyond individual moments lies the broader tapestry of team tactics, where geometric shapes come into play. Football formations can be represented as shapes. For instance, the 4-4-2 resembles a rectangle with its 4 defenders and 4 midfielders filling the space evenly. Meanwhile, more fluid formations like the false 9 can create triangles and diamond shapes on the pitch, leading to overlapping runs and intricate play. Teams are constantly striving for geometric superiority, creating triangles and passing to maintain possession while looking to penetrate defensive blocks. To visualize this, next time you watch a match, look out for how teams use shapes to manipulate space in their favor. defense is not about individual tackles. It is about the structural integrity of the polygon. When your team defends, you are a single, elastic shape. Every player is a vertex connected by an invisible line. To be extremely hard to beat, you must maintain the optimal interplayer distance. If the lines of your polygon become too long, the shape is fractured. The shadows open up. But if you keep the shape coiled and compact, the geometry itself repels the ball. This is the compression protocol. You aren't chasing the ball, you are preserving the shape. When the opposition tries to pass through you, they aren't hitting a player. They are hitting a mathematical wall that has no gaps. Why do some strikers score more with fewer shots? Because they understand the conic section of the goal. Every yard you move toward the center increases the goal face angle. Every yard you move toward the end line decreases it. This is the hunt for the golden sector. An elite finisher doesn't just hit it hard. They navigate to the coordinate where the geometry of the keeper's reach is at its weakest. This is biomechanical probability. By understanding the marker of the near-post shadow, you can calculate the exact trajectory required to bypass the keeper's hands. You aren't shooting, you are solving for x. And when x equals the back of the net, the equation is complete. Movement off the ball is just as essential in understanding the geometry of football victory. Players consciously create space and movement based on their understanding of geometric influences on the pitch. A perfect example is the diamond formation in midfield. Players move into advanced positions, creating passing lanes and opening up spaces. They effectively pull defenders out of shape, exploiting geometrical principles to create numerical advantages in critical areas. The relationship between two players can be seen as a line segment, where their passing opportunities are dictated by their relative positions. The ability to anticipate motion and adjust accordingly is where elite players excel. Remember, the pitch is a constantly changing geometry, where triangulating positions frequently determines who will find success. Of course, geometry is not just for offense. Defending requires an acute understanding of spatial relationships. The shape a defense takes is crucial in their ability to repel attacks. A well-organized backline often appears as a compact unit, creating overlapping lines of defense that are harder to penetrate. Consider the formation of a solid defensive wall during a free kick. The positioning of defenders rigorously follows geometric principles, balancing the gap between themselves and the goal, ensuring angles are minimized to block potential shots. When defending against a forward making a run, defenders must position themselves in ways that create acute angles which can minimize the attacker's options. Think of them as lines converging towards the goal. The more compact and organized these shapes are, the harder it is for attackers to find space or create scoring opportunities. Another critical aspect is the concept of zoning, where defenders occupy and control specific areas of the pitch. The aim is to limit movement within those zones, similar to a chess game where pieces control squares. Each defender is a geometric point, and their interactions form polygons that can either enclose the threat or dissipate. Truly, the geometry of defense is fundamental for any successful team. As we wrap up this exploration into the geometry of football victory, we see that the principles of geometry are woven intricately into the fabric of the game. From the pitch itself to the angles of attack and defense, every move is meticulously calculated. The next time you watch a match, consider not just the athleticism, but the geometric ballet unfolding before your eyes. Football is not just a sport. It's a dynamic interplay of mathematics, art, and strategy, bound together by the geometry of the game. The ball is a sphere. The pitch is a rectangle. But the game is played in the angles. Build the triangles. Occupy the vertex. Maintain the polygon. And solve the equation. When you master the protocol of the geometry of victory, you stop being a player, and you start being the architect. This has been the protocol for the geometry of football victory. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content blending sports with science.